Hey there, everyone. This is Lori Delk-Radecki, and today we're going to go over lesson number 9. So I'm going to talk about going beyond words, utilizing nonverbal communication effectively. So this is going to explore like the impact of eye contact, of gestures, how you're acting, right? Your posture, your movement in conveying that confidence and connecting with your audience. All right, so we're going to start out with a scenario. You can start out your wherever you're speaking, whether it's a speaking engagement, whether you're in ministry, Sunday school, anywhere. Start out with a powerful scenario. People remember stories. So imagine you're listening to a speaker. Their words are eloquent. Their message is well researched, but their eyes are glued to their notes. Their arms are crossed tightly, or they're kind of just swaying from side to side nervously. How do you feel? Like, do you feel like you trust them? Are you engaged with them speaking to you? But now I want you to picture another speaker. Their eyes meet yours. You feel warmth from them. Their gestures emphasize their points naturally. And they stand tall with an open posture or sit tall with an open posture, to where even before they utter a single word, you feel that connection. You feel that assurance that they're confident but sincere. What's the difference? It's the silent symphony of nonverbal communication. And so today we're going to move beyond words to explore one of the most powerful yet often overlooked dimensions of public speaking that many people don't even think about, but it's utilizing nonverbal communication effectively. So it's your body language, it's your eyes, it's your movements. Like I said, swaying back and forth, looking like you're nervous, shuffling your feet. If you're constantly speaking louder than your words, those actions, that's going to speak louder to people than your actual words, to where they're not even going to hear your words because they're focusing on your actions. Or do your actions convey that confidence? Do they convey sincerity? Do they convey passion or connection? Or also, they could show nervousness, like I said, disinterest, or even dishonesty. So, my aim today is to waken you with the profound impact of your nonverbal cues. I'm going to equip you with the understanding and the practical techniques to intentionally harness your body language and transform it into a powerful amplifier for your message and bridge that authentic connection with your audience. And so we're going to uncover why nonverbal communication is so critical. We're going to dissect its key components like eye contact, body gestures, posture, movement, and then we're going to discuss how to integrate those elements to convey that confidence for you and truly learn to engage your listeners. And so the first part we're going to go over is the Silent Symphony, I call it. Nonverbal communication and why it matters. And it's literally the 93% rule is more than just words. Like you might have heard that statistic. I've read it other places. Some studies suggest that as much as 93% of communication is nonverbal. I mean, that's huge, right? So the exact percentage could be debated, right? Different people throw out percents, you know, and get them from who knows where. I've read that before. But the thing is, the core truth remains undeniable. A vast majority of what your audience hears doesn't come from your vocabulary, but from your body language, your facial expressions, and the tone of your voice. So your nonverbal cues are constantly sending signals, and many times subconsciously, shaping how your message is received. So you want to build trust and credibility, right? Nonverbal communication is the foundation of trust. When your words align with your body language, you project that authenticity and that sincerity. If you say you're confident, but your shoulders are slumped forward and your eyes constantly dart around or look down, your audience will likely believe your body over your words. And on the same note, open posture and steady eye contact and purposeful gestures convey honesty and competence, and they also help you to build that rapport with people. And so think of a captivating storyteller. Like I said, stories sell in sales, but they also sell in ministry. They get your audience to listen. They don't just narrate, they embody the story. Their eyes widen, their hands move to illustrate. My hands always move, I'm Italian. But their body leans in, right? This nonverbal expressiveness draws the audience in. And it makes people feel part of the experience. It brings them into the story. It transforms that simple monologue into a dialogue, even when the audience isn't speaking. And so you want to learn how to convey emotion as well as emphasis. So your nonverbal cues are powerful emotion amplifiers. A furrowed brow can convey seriousness, and a smile can radiate warmth, and a pointed finger can emphasize a crucial detail. Those things all add layers of meaning and add emotion that words alone couldn't achieve. And it makes your message richer and more impactful. And so, in your nonverbal toolkit, some key elements for impact. Like I said, another one is eye contact. You know, they say the eyes are the windows to the soul, right? It's the window to connection when you're at a speaking engagement or speaking in front of a crowd, speaking in a church, speaking at an event. Your eyes are the most powerful tool for connection. So scan the room, make genuine eye contact with individual audience members for just a few seconds at a time, but each person naturally across the room. Like, don't just sweep your gaze over their heads. Like, I remember reading a long time ago, pretend that everyone's in casual clothes or underclothes. No, don't do that. But look at each person And if you focus on one person at a time, one, that makes them feel a part of the conversation. Even if it's just a couple seconds, literally like 3 to 10 seconds each person, but it makes them feel more comfortable and makes them feel more like you're talking to them, even though you move on your eyes onto the next person. And convey that sincerity, that direct eye contact communicates honesty, sincerity, and confidence. It makes each person feel personally addressed. And you can also gauge feedback that way by looking at your audience's eyes. That automatically gives you feedback. Are they engaged? Do they look like they're listening? Do they look confused? Do they look bored? Using their nonverbal cues can adjust your delivery, but you want to avoid staring. Like, don't find one person and just stare blankly at them. Make it a comfortable and that natural connection. And then using different gestures are going to add emphasis and energy. Your hands and your arms could bring your words to life. So make sure you be natural and be purposeful. Some gestures should flow organically from your message. Shouldn't be stiff, and it shouldn't look rehearsed. Like, you should rehearse your speeches, but it shouldn't look rehearsed. You want to use them to emphasize points, to illustrate ideas, or even to show emotion. Open and expansive. Keep your gestures open. Avoid crossing your arms, or worse, putting your hands in your pockets. That can signal defensiveness or nervousness, and you don't want to do either one of those. But make sure to vary your gestures. Like, don't repeat the exact same gesture over and over. Like, it looks like you're programmed to do this and then this and then this. Make them natural. Use a range of movements that match your content, and make sure to avoid distractions. Don't fidget. Don't play with your jewelry. Don't make it repetitive. And don't give meaningless gestures. That distracts from your message. Use your gestures to support your purpose and your message. And then next, looking at your posture, make sure you project confidence and authority. It doesn't mean that confidence is a difference from egotistical, right? You can show confidence. You're confident in what you speak about. I'm confident in public speaking. I've been doing it for almost 40 years. That's totally different than being egotistical and being like, I'm the best speaker ever, or, better than anybody else, or whatever, right? How you hold your body speaks volumes before you even open your mouth to people. So you want to stand tall and open. You want to have a confident posture, like standing erect, sitting up straight, shoulders back, chest open. This projects authority and approachability. You don't want to look like you're not approachable. And you want to have a balanced stance if you are standing up. You want to distribute your weight evenly on both feet. You want to avoid leaning on things as much as you can. You definitely want to avoid slouching or shifting your weight constantly, because that makes you look nervous. You also want to avoid being rigid, like stiff, right? You want to be confident, but you don't want to look stiff. A relaxed but yet upright posture is ideal. And you can also have what I call power poses. Adopting a confident posture can make you feel more confident, So look in the mirror, look at yourself in a full length mirror and stand in different ways and see which ways look better to you. And so your movement on stage, if you don't have a podium, if you do have a podium, you're standing behind it, right? But you don't have to stand behind it. So you could walk around it. But movement on stage should be intentional, not just random. You want to move with purpose. You want to walk to transition between main points or to emphasize a shift in topic or to engage in different sections for your audience. You want to utilize the space that you do have. So if you have a big crowd, you want to use that speaking area to your advantage. But just make sure that you don't pace aimlessly. Every movement should have a reason. And avoid distracting habits. Like, for example, don't rock, sway, or even pace back and forth without a reason. That can be distracting and it's going to make you appear nervous. And you want to anchor your points, like sometimes standing still at a key moment can add significant emphasis and gravity to your message. And so then next I want you to think about the symphony in action, the silent symphony in action. So congruence. True magic happens when your nonverbal communication is congruent with your verbal message. When your words and your voice and your body all tell the same story, then your message becomes incredibly powerful and authentic. The discrepancy happens, and when it happens, it creates doubt, and congruence creates conviction. So think about that. If your actions don't match your words, then people are going to be doubtful of you. Where when your actions are congruent with your words, that's going to create that conviction with your audience. So you want to practice with awareness. Just like any vocal delivery, nonverbal communication requires practice. So record yourself, like on Zooms, or you could even do it on your phone in your bathroom or look at yourself in the mirror. It's invaluable. Watch your gestures. Observe the eye contact you have and notice your posture and your movement. Before Zoom came out, we used to use GoToMeetings, which was very similar. But before that, it was speaking on stage in person only, pretty much. But once things went to the internet, also, it was very easy to record things, or you would get recorded and watch things. But even back in the day, I would watch things where I spoke at an event and someone recorded it, right? Because you can pick up things. You don't want to criticize yourself, but you do want to critique yourself to get better. You can identify habits that you want to change and some strengths that you have that you'll want to amplify. So like I said, practicing in front of a mirror can be great. Pay attention to what your body is saying. And then seek feedback. Record things and ask a trusted friend or a colleague to observe your nonverbal cues during practice sessions. Just remember that authenticity is the key. Ultimately, your nonverbal communication should feel natural and authentic to you. Don't try to mimic someone else's style. You can take cues and ideas from someone else's style, but you want to be you. You want to focus on refining your own natural expressiveness to enhance your unique message and connect genuinely with your audience. When you're trying to be someone else, the same thing. You're not going to have that congruency there. So today we journeyed beyond words and recognized that immense power of that nonverbal communication. And do you see how huge that can be? We explored how eye contact and gestures and posture and movement aren't just accessories, but they're fundamental components that are going to convey confidence, that are going to build trust, and that are going to ignite that audience engagement. So remember, you are a whole communicator. Your message isn't just in your script. It's in your eyes. It's in your hands. And it's in your stance. So embrace the silent language, and you'll unlock a deeper and a more profound connection with every audience that you encounter. So I challenge you to be mindful of your nonverbal communication, not just when you're on stage either, but in every interaction that you have with people, with your spouse, with your children, with your siblings. Every time you're talking to someone, let your body speak the same truth as your words. And when you master this silent symphony, you don't just deliver information, you embody your message, you inspire belief, and you leave an indelible mark on the hearts and the minds of your listeners. So go and let your entire being speak with confidence and with conviction and with connection. I hope this helps. Have a great day, everyone.